On AI Applications and Introspection by Dr. K Vijay Kumar, Joint Director, HOD, Big Data Analytics Group, Center for Development of Advanced Computing, Chennai. Sir is a data scientist with 15 years of experience as a database architect. He has expertise in the migration of databases from legacy systems. He has significant expertise in big data technologies to build up the platform for analyzing structured and unstructured data. And Sir has experience in architecting big data application projects and applied research and development of distributed systems. And Sir has carried out specialized work in ontology-based semantic analysis on social media for efficient disaster management. On behalf of the organizing committee, WAIMS 2022, we welcome you, sir, and the session is yours.
Thank you, madam, for the intro. So shall I start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I hope my screen is available now.
Yes, sir.
And I'm audible also.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, myself, thanks for the intro. And this session I have planned for giving an intro on artificial intelligence. But it will be like introspecting on artificial intelligence. So, how we have come or matured to the level of artificial intelligence. So what is artificial intelligence and all those stuff. So basically when I talk about artificial intelligence, what is the driving force? Today where we are, there is a revolution in the technology. So it is all because of the internet. So artificial intelligence and internet of everything. Actually, that is the fuel, which is the new core with aspects of self-learning, autonomous decision-making, and the new ways of leveraging the data in privacy-preserving manner. So these are all the actually a backdrop of 5G proliferation. So the paradigm of AI and Internet of Everything shall steer the indigenous technologies which are encompassing like compute, data storage, self-healing components, networks, and communication. So, in fact, there is a widening horizon and innovative implementation for the futuristic technologies for like HPC, that is high performance computing and AI. So, and edge computing playing a dominant role in the real life application. So innovations in AI combined with the Internet of Everything through more enormous potential for devising novel applications across a wide spectrum of verticals. So in this session, I will also touch Industry 4.0, which is actually the where we are today, because of which we are here. So applications of AI for language computing, speech and image processing. These are all paving the way to the next generation technologies. So in my agenda, I'll be conveying like Industry 4.0, then some touching about the data science. I'll also touch what is machine learning, deep learning, and then how we are maturing to AI and real world AI applications. In fact, I will convey the applications of projects which in our CDAC we have done, which might be not be completely AI, but of course involving machine learning, deep learning, or some stuff in that towards AI. Okay, so this is how. So before venturing into AI, it becomes imperative to discuss like how we reached to this stage. Like today, we are the buzzword about AI applications and all those stuff. So Industry 4.0 actually is the realization of horizontal and vertical integration in value chain. When I say horizontal integration, it is the linkage of information and communication network with the resources for real-time production and services. So vertical integration is a conversion of existing classical fixed production system to modern web-controlled processors. So how we are moving from Industry 1.0 to Industry 2.0, Industry 3.0, and today we are in Industry 4.2. But that churn came in sometime in 2011. Okay, so taking these things into thing, you can see that from steam engine, water power to conveyor was the first mechanization. Then came electrification as the Industry 2.2. Then automation. So complete automation was there in Industry 3.2. Now it is digitization. Okay. So where Industry 4.0 has come. So the digitization is all because of pervasiveness of internet. So in Industry 4.0, you can see that there is a linkage in it is purely based on cyber physical systems, then Internet of Things, Internet of Services, Internet of People, Internet of Energy. So what are the design principles to Industry 4.0? They are interoperability, virtualization, decentralization, real-time capability, service orientation, and modularity. When I say interoperability, it is the ability of communication among the cyber physical system, Internet of Things devices, factories and human via Internet of Things, Internet of Services, and Internet of Everything. This is called interoperability. So there is a communication between human to machine, machine to human, and machine to machine. Okay. So, am I audible? Hello, am I audible? Actually, I am talking from my phone. Hello.
You are audible, sir.
Okay, because I'm receiving calls, I thought I get disconnected. It's okay. So it integrates the classical systems with the modern models. Next is virtualization. So virtualization of physical processes monitored by cyber physical system for simulation and virtual plant models. Next is decentralization. It is the ability of cyber physical systems to take decisions independently in a distributed environment without any central command. And real-time capability, it is the ability of collecting and analyzing data to detect failure and find alternative solution to handle the problem for a speedy production. And next is the service orientation. It provides the utilization of services of cyber physical systems, factories, and human in the context of SOHA, that is service oriented architecture, to facilitate decision making managers, operators, and customers. Next is the modularity. So easily addition of a new machine or a new modules and cyber physical system without any much of workaround, without changing the existing modules for upgradation of factories, is the design principle of Industry 4.0. So, in fact, in Crux, it provides an abstraction of new models in a distributed tools and the business process. Okay, so we will see a small workflow here of a factory automation. Actually, it involves these big data concept also, like it involves all the V's like volume, variety, velocity, and veracity. It involves the data of sensors, actuators, IoT, cyber physical system, Internet of Services, customer logs operation. They may be, variety comes on all forms, and it is both real time and batch processing. And yes, of course, there is a lot of veracity involved in it, because you need to rely on the data. It should be confidential and privacy to be maintained. So here, if you see this flow, you have a data storage there, that is big data, and a motor with the actuator and programming logic controller, okay, with the sensor and OPC server. So these are all talking to each other to build an automation model. Actually, the model here highlights that does not require any manual intervention. So as and when any detection is happening, the correction happens on the system, learns and corrects it on its own. So that kind of a methodology is adopted in the automation in industry model. So it involves various industrial internet like instrumented machine, industrial machine, data systems, machine-based algorithms are involved in it, remote and centralized data visualization, and data sharing with to the cyber physical system network of people. So it's all cloud-based network. Basically, it comes to kind of a prediction. So prediction begins with the problem has already been predicted, and that problem has been corrected over a period of time. So as and when it sees that the pattern of the data is changing, algorithm fixes it in such a way that correction is happening here. So this is applied in the industry automation. Now we are moving towards the data science part. Why I'm trying to touch data science is it applies, it is the basic foundation towards the topic which I'm taking right now, that is AI. So it applies to collection, preparation, analysis, visualization, management and preservation of data. It can be both structured and unstructured data. So in order to make it more lucrative, I will say that future belongs to a company and pupil that turn data into products. So we can understand data science as a field that deals with data processing, analysis, and extraction of insights from data using statistical methods and computer algorithms. Data science incorporates several technologies that include mathematics, statistics, computer science, and programming, and statistical modeling and database technologies, signal processing, data modeling, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Um, then natural language processing. So these things and all actually are we are building building blocks. So data science is like a building blocks towards AI. Then what is machine learning? Yeah, so it is a field of study that makes that gives the computers the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. So in this, the system starts learning from the patterns, and algorithms find the patterns in the data, and these patterns can be used for automation or prediction. So here the dominant part of AI is whether it is logic based or rule based and pattern based. Here you can find two models. Earlier it was a conventional model, that is rules were fed in, data was fed in. It is a classical programming and you will get the output. But now the scenario has changed. Now we are feeding in the data and we are feeding in the answers, and machine is learning. It is creating its rules. Okay. So in fact, machine learning is an application of artificial intelligence that provides systems the ability to automatically learn and improve from the experience without being explicitly programmed. So machine learning focuses on the development of computer programs that can access data and use it to learn for themselves. So here it is broadly categorized into supervised learning, semi-supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. But when I say about supervised learning algorithms can apply what has been learned in the past to new data using labeled examples that can predict the future events. So starting from analysis of known training data set, learning algorithms produces an inferred function to make predictions about the output values. The system is able to provide targets of for any new input after sufficient training. So the learning algorithm can also compare its output with the current. So training data and test data is plays the major role. How good you are placing your training data and all. So the intended output and find errors in order to modify the model accordingly. But in contrast, the unsupervised learning algorithms are used when the information is used to train is neither classified nor labeled. So unsupervised learning studies how systems can infer a function to describe a hidden structure from unlabeled data. So the system does not figure out the right output, but it explores the data and can draw inferences from data sets to describe hidden structures from unlabeled data. Then what is semi-supervised? It is semi-supervised, fall in between the supervised and unsupervised. So they use both labeled and unlabeled data for training. Typically a small amount of labeled data and a large amount of unlabeled data. So the system that uses this method are able to considerably improve learning accuracy. Usually semi-supervised learning is chosen when the acquired labeled data requires skilled and relevant resources in order to train it and learn from it. Otherwise, acquiring unlabeled data generally does not require additional resources. And what is reinforcement machine learning? Reinforcement machine learning that interacts with its environment by producing actions and discovers errors or rewards. So, trial error search or a delayed reward are the most relevant characteristics of reinforcement learning. This method allows machines and software agents to automatically determine the ideal behavior within a specific context in order to maximize its performance. A simple reward feedback is required for the agent to learn which action is best. That's how a reinforcement signal is given. So combining machine learning and AI and cognitive technologies make it more effective. So here on a scale of adoption and degrees of freedom, we are seeing various methodologies in machine learning. So here you can see that scikit has highest adoption for tech community. The most probable reason is Python interface, because it is prevalent and allows tweaking of models across multiple parameters. Now, MLlib and H2O should be considered when working with Spark. Spark is an in-memory application. So it does come with MLlib and has a higher level of wrapper with the Spark ML. In some cases, H2 offers a suitable solution and can be used alongside MLlib. Now, Weka is an interface that makes it easiest to use, but it isn't popular in the tech community. Only in the academic community it is popular. Then, PyBrain development, it has been discontinued. So, Mahout and all, it is one of the big data tool which has a very good libraries in machine learning, but it is very slow because more of I/O happens. Okay, but Spark has taken over in that part, so it has an inbuilt MLlib in it. Okay. Other part is when we talk about deep learning, again in the terms of adoption and degrees of freedom, we see TensorFlow has to is the most popular framework. And what are the contributing factors in the clean and comprehensive Python APIs? It has a multiple language wrapper and several optimization that are crucial to working with distributed infrastructure. Okay. However, a negative is that it's steep learning curve. So it needed you need to master the framework. Keras is not necessarily a deep learning framework, but a wrapper for several frameworks. It has a higher level interface. It allows quick building of deep learning prototypes on top of frameworks and ensures an easy interface built on powerful optimization. In fact, combining TensorFlow with Keras is quite popular. The key factor for this is it is somewhere in this in middle. No? So that is it. We'll take it forward further. Like Cafe 2 and all, not much I'm aware. PyTorch, yeah, it is a re-implementation of Torch. So slowly set to replace TensorFlow. In fact, in academic research, so because of the ML libraries implementing the is there, then DL4J for Java is a severe competition. Then comes Microsoft Cognitive Toolkit. Then, so I'm just touching the various parts. Stage by stage, we are moving towards the AI part. So next is the neural network. Okay, so neural network. Here you can see that the layers are independent of each other. A specific layer can have so many arbitrary nodes. So typically number of hidden nodes must be greater than the number of input nodes. So when the neural network is used as a function of approximation, the network will generally have one input and one output node. So when the neural network is used as a classifier, the input and output nodes will match the input features and output classes. So a neural network must have at least one hidden layer, but can have as many as necessary. But minimum one hidden layer is required. The bias nodes are always set to 1. So, so as such, there is no rules. In fact, like what will be the best, how many number of hidden layers will be there, and all those stuff. It is on all kind of modeler is. You have to look for a best optimization. Okay. So what will be the adequate number of hidden layers, activation functions, and training methods? We'll have to work out. So as a user, one first has to construct the neural network, then train the network by iterating with the known outputs until convergence, and finally use the trained network for prediction and classification. So now moving towards the AI landscape. AI as such as artificial intelligence is the simulation of human intelligence process by machines, especially computer systems that can process cognitive learning and self-correction. So intelligence, when I say intelligence, it is the ability to think humanly and act rationally. So humans have the intelligence to think and make decisions by applying heuristics and common sense. Artificial intelligence is where you are building the intelligent agents so that that agent can think like a human and act rationally. So an agent is any machine that can do some intelligent task. Okay, so here an agent can be a bot or what to say. It has to it has to actually pass the Turing test. What is the Turing test capabilities? It has to understand and write natural language, to interact with humans. It should be able to provide knowledge representation, like knows how to present the knowledge to a user, or it should be able to infer that knowledge. Next, answers from stored knowledge to answer humans. And in fact, it should be able to extrapolate the patterns and adapt to new circumstances. So in short, it is an intelligent agent having all these features. So in fact, it will act like an expert system with neural networks, fuzzy system, robotics, and natural language processing. So what is artificial intelligence which it is capable of? It is capable of answering your questions. It is capable of recommending, act as a recommendation engine. It can even watch your health. What it is incapable of? It is incapable of human level, general intelligence and creativity. Because no one can match human intelligence and its creativity. But today, we have a very good progress in the current trend which we are moving towards in terms of embracing the technology and all those stuff. So when we talk about this, we have different types of AI, that is reactive machines, limited memory, theory of mind, self-awareness. So when I talk about reactive machines, what is reactive machines? Reactive machines, actually they do not store any memory or learnings for past experience. They simply react to the surroundings and choose the most optimal solution among the whatever available alternatives. So reactive machines have no concept of the world and therefore cannot function beyond the simple task for which they are programmed. So a characteristic of reactive machine is that no matter the time or place, these machines will always behave the way they were programmed. In fact, they are stagnated. Whatever job has been conveyed, the same manner they will be doing it. A very good example will be if you remember this IBM's Deep Blue, HS playing supercomputer. Okay, so it was defeated by the Grandmaster Garry Kasparov, because it was only capable of identifying the pieces on chessboard and even can predict what could be the next move of its opponent. But it cannot remember those moves, past moves. Okay, so with the experience, it will not correct itself. That is not possible. So that's how Garry Kasparov was able to defeat it. Then comes limited memory. Limited memory is comprised of many ML models, and it derives knowledge from the previously learned information. Previously learned information, then stored data or events. So limited memory learns from the past by observing actions or data fed in them in order to build an experiential knowledge. So limited memory builds observational data in conjunction with the pre-programmed data the machines already contain. So these sample pieces of information are the force, I will say, or fleeting. So an existing form of limited memory is an autonomous vehicle like driverless car, you can say. So it cannot add this experience to its database, but self-driven cars, store the speed and pattern for changing lanes and cars around it and navigate on the basis of its data. So however, this observations, in fact, this driverless car is a very good example for this one. Next comes theory of mind. It constitutes decision-making ability equal to the extent of human mind, but by machines. So some machines that are currently exhibit human-like capabilities like voice assistants, for instance, they are fully capable of holding conversations relative to human standards. So having behaving like a person would in a standard conversation, that what to say, that emotional capacity of sounding, behaving like a person, that and all will come under this. So future class of machine ability would include understanding that people have thoughts and emotions that affect behavioral output. So actually these are the influences for theory of mind machines, that is called thought process. So social interaction is the key facet of human interaction. So to make theory of mind machines tangible, the AI systems that control the hypothetical machines would have to identify, understand, retain, and remember the emotional output and behaviors while knowing how to respond to them. So when we talk about emotions, it is purely human intellect adoption, okay, characteristics. So we would be able to use this information derived from pupil and adapt it for the learning. Learning for what? Learning to communicate with and treat different situations. So theory of mind is highly advanced AI. So that would require machines to thoroughly acknowledge and rapidly shift in emotional and behavioral patterns in humans. Then self-awareness, yeah, it is a form of representation about itself. Be conscious about itself. A self-aware machine will understand its current state and use the information to infer the emotions of others. AI researchers and enthusiasts believe that this can prove an ultimate goal for AI development. So AI will operate like a human and start predicting its own needs and demands and start thinking of others as an equal. Okay, so such an AI is only in the process theory. Assimilation of these emerging technologies like computer vision, natural language processing, reinforcement learning, it has manifested to a greater form now. This is what we are calling now as AI. So overall, if we see in real world AI applications, you have marketing domain, or take banking, finance, agriculture, healthcare. Okay, everywhere we have a good AI applications like same. There are very good algorithms in for promoting the products, okay, to increase the your sale, or even if you take some live examples like market basket analysis, or to take even your Netflix. I think I have given some thing. Okay. If you are seeing a movie, automatically it will say that the persons who have seen this movie have also seen this movie. So like that recommendation engines. Okay. Mm. So they are all, it is like giving more predictions, accurate predictions on customers' reactions. Okay, so you can promote your product. So in marketing, in social media, they are doing it, leveraging the social media data for marketing the products by understanding the behavior of the consumers. Okay, and they are promoting it. So whenever anything is given, see, today WhatsApp is free, today Facebook is free, today Twitter is free. Hmm? Whichever is given free to you, then it is like you are a product. Okay, so you are treated like a product. So that is how they are promoting the market. Hmm? Like, so everywhere it involves AI programming like NLP, processing, big data analytics, and whatever I've conveyed in the previous slides. Then comes in banking also you can provides customer support. It detects anomalies, and then credit card fraud analysis. These and all are done, already available. Then, like you cannot, it will immediately make an alert if a person if there is any fraudulent transaction happening. Because such a beautiful algorithms are available now. A person cannot do transactions simultaneously sitting in Singapore, Delhi, and Chennai. So those transactions will become void. So if any credit card fraud happens, this kind of applications quickly detect it. Then finance, you can see that huge amount of data. The You can find that patterns. Machine starts to learn the patterns from the past data and predicts how this pattern might repeat in the future. Whether there is going to be a crash in the market and all those stuff. So there is an ultra high frequency trading in the financial organizations. Okay, to improve the stock trading performance and boost the profit. Okay, so there are many companies who are doing this, organizations. Okay, Japan is leading one of the brokerage house, which is called Nomura Securities, and they have reluctantly started pursuing this as a goal, but now are able to analyze the insights of an experienced stock trader with the help of computers. Very good in agriculture. You can build because by 2050 we are literally eating up everything. So the only way this can be possible is we use our resources more carefully. So these are all, whatever I'm saying is coming from the internet, whatever I browsed and taken. So AI can help farmers get more from the land while using the resources more sustainably. this is the crux. Like robotics to help farmers to find efficient ways to protect the crops from weeds. Okay. Then weedicide, using weedicide or sprinkling or irrigation also, water irrigation. Then herbicide resistance. These are all the areas where agriculture requires new technology. In fact, IoT based, sensor based to improve the yield. Okay. Then comes healthcare. Healthcare is one of the most prime area where AI is giving its inputs. It has developed to a very greater level. Today, yes, of course, we cannot replace the physicians. Okay, but a physician might replace another physician who does not use the AI. We can say in that manner. Okay. So there are other things like gaming. Today, deep mind AI based gaming has come. Okay, and created by AlphaGo company. Okay, so they all which use this AI applications. Then autonomous vehicles. They are the longest self-driving cars, which is which we have been knowing for quite a long time. It's a buzzword in the AI industry. Okay, it's definitely revolutionizing the transport system. And chatbots. Yeah, you take anything portal, immediately a chatbot pops in. Okay, and they try to promote the product or lure you what you actually want. Why have you visited our site, like that? So these are all very common examples. Another few examples to be cited is like Siri, Cortana, Alexa. They are gaining the popularity. So, like Amazon's Echo is a very good example of artificial intelligence. Then social media applications like OSINT tools, SockWint, these are all there. So I've conveyed most of this, like where machine learning is used, AI in medical prognosis. So this is what like a patient's health and treatment. Okay, so each patient gets healed in his or her own way. So everything is to be AI takes care of it for predicting a patient's risk on its any kind of risk he is facing. Why even the X-ray and MRI scans, there's a very good use cases available. So that is what I've told. No? Like machines will not replace a physician, but physicians using AI will soon replace those physicians who are not using it. So that is the smartness. Okay. Yeah. So I think I have conveyed these things. In CRM applications also, like sentiment analysis, okay, recommendation engine. So these items actually promote the product and keep their customers with them. Okay, so actually they provide recommendation engine like this I've conveyed. Okay. So now, whatever I conveyed was all theoretical or taken from net, something which I wanted to share with you all. Now, what I'm going to convey is all about I have done being from CDAC. So actually, I'm heading this big data group. So we have done number of applications for all government projects. So first we did for seeding Aadhaar for SRDH, State Resident Data Hub. Okay, for Perambalur district for Tamil Nadu government. And then it was a huge amount of data. So what is that big about seeding Aadhaar and all, you might ask. See, seeding Aadhaar, see, when you are taking the different welfare databases like PDS database, you take the huge amount of data it is. What was on TBs of data. But the data was all, many duplicates were there. A family had multiple ration cards. So how will you identify which person is and uniqueness, and then you have to seed the Aadhaar into it, and then you have to make a clean database out of it. So that were all a challenge. So here, when I talk about AI, it does not mean only using very sophisticated deep learning algorithms. We are maturing from right from collection of data to building algorithms and coming up with the predictive solutions. Okay, so even this was also a type of confirmatory data analytics we applied. Okay, and using big data tools, we were able to come up with and build. Give solutions on seeding the Aadhaar. So that was one of the project. Then other was we have done chatbot for our own boss portal. Then we have done big data analytics for crime deterrence. Okay. And then social media analytics. So big data analytics for crime deterrence, did it for State Crime Records Bureau, Tamil Nadu, which is coming under the National Crime Record Bureau. It is applied on CCTNS data, that is Crime Criminal Tracking Network System. Okay. So under the directions of MHA, that is Ministry of Home Affairs, the CCTNS application was given to and available pan India across the all states. So there is a huge deluge of data. Okay, so this data we were able to process and build an analytical layer on top of it to provide first and foremost was statistical analysis. You cannot do everything for prediction. You require very pure data, good data to come up with the prediction. Otherwise, such things will create problems, because these are all sensitive areas. So, and huge amount of data is required. So we are working on that part also. I will be discussing in my subsequent slides even that. Then social media analytics, we have done Twitter analytics. In fact, we have built a dashboard which can crawl the tweets of a particular subject, so that our current trend. We have done it for Tamil Nadu government departments. So, say police department wants to know what are the tweets which has come for Tamil Nadu police department. it can, we have done that. We are able to categorize and separate the tweets from the world tweet on geolocation based, say only for Tamil Nadu, like that. But anyone can tweet from anywhere, any part of the world. But we have done, we are able to categorize and show them that these are the tweets. So what are the positive tweets? What are the negative tweets? So we have done sentiment analysis on that. Then we have done text mining and NLP application, and we have also done online exam analytics, that is multiple choice questions. So we are being a CDAC, Center for Development Advanced Computing, we are a nodal agency for conducting many government exams, that is for defense, Air Force and all. So we are conducting online exams. So always this when we say cheating, or what to say, it is never a single way only is there. It never becomes exhaustive. Every time a new method comes to cheat and do some wrong things and gain importance. Okay, so we are trying to do all kinds of foolproofing through this exam analytics, like how fast the person is clicking the answers with the click, then slow answering pattern, fast answering pattern, slow start. Okay, and then what to say, multiple peripherals, like that many things. Then what is his background? So we are also analyzing every candidate. Like a candidate might be from Maharashtra, but he is trying to write the exam from Chennai. What is the reason? Is there any vested interest? So we are trying to identify his circle. Like that, many things are taken into consideration. So a lot of learning happens. So many parameters are considered. So this is one of my application, that is text mining and NLP, using text mining and natural language processing. This project is called Access Benefit Sharing Monitoring System. This we did for in collaboration with a German-based company for National Biodiversity Authority. National Biodiversity Authority is a nodal agency which is coming under the Ministry of Environment and Forest. Okay, so actually their mandate was to identify the researchers and commercial users who are all trying to access the biological resources in India. So they have to, either they will submit through paper publications, okay, and so they will take patents on a particular product. So these things. So what we did was, we have collected the entire world data, all publications, into our repository. And if you type any taxonomic data or any species name and the author name, it will immediately bring out that paper, his publications and all those stuff. Okay, so to that level we have done this application. Actually, this was inaugurated by Honorable Vice President in Chennai in Biodiversity Day, Sri Venkaya Naidu. Then, so this is one of the screenshot of that. I'm just typing here Murugan. Species. I can look up for a journal. I can look up for a species, either only from India or only a species, like that I can click it. So it will come up with publications with the author's name, where and all he is. If I want to look up with a species, even I can do even that. So like that, we have developed it, one such application. Then, yeah, this screenshot is from crime deterrence. I told you big data analytics for crime deterrence. We have done it for state crime records bureau. So this is actually building a analytical layer, data analytical layer on top of crime criminal tracking network system. So it provides all the ready-made. This you cannot get from the database. Actually, the database has a lot of tables, and it's a conventional legacy application. But we have built a data warehouse in such a way that whatever the police intelligence requires, we are able to provide. So whatever the dashboard is showing, it is all dynamic. If you change the date, immediately it will change the values and show. If you change the zone or city or range or anything, it will immediately get the value from that. And for any period, it will keep the values. These are all the statistical informations. Then where is the prediction? Where is the AI, you might ask? Yeah, we have done some part on that also. We require some help from the police also in that part. So we have done one use case. I will show that also. And this screenshot is about the social media analytics which we have done. And we have also taken part in this during COVID. No, we have done to that level that where and all the COVID affected patient is going. Then what is the hospital nearby infrastructure is available or not. So number of beds and all those stuff we were able to visualize and give it in a single dashboard. These things we have done it for Maharashtra government. For one district we have done it and given. Yeah, this is the use case which we did for crime deterrence. So actually it is NCRB came up with a requirement, like they wanted to build an AI based database for modus operandi. So actually this use case was not given by the SCRB, that is State Crime Records Bureau. Then what we did was, okay, why not we build that AI based database? So basically the idea here is that to build a database on modus operandi. So modus operandi never becomes exhaustive. Every time there is a new way of robbery or theft or murder. Okay, so every time the FIR which is being filed, it is the complete description of the crime. So based on this crime, there are different types of crimes which has been recorded in the FIRs. So those FIRs, what we do is we are building an entity resolution. So that entity is like the machine will start learning from the parameters. Okay, so we annotate on various things so that the machine starts learning. So whenever I give a particular para, it will immediately come up with, so it is very domain specific. It will not apply to all the domains. Okay, because machine has to learn. So these are the limitations. As much as the system learns from the data, it will provide. So like it will immediately identify area name, notable. So this is totally unstructured. Okay, FIR is descriptive, so it is unstructured. We are building, our initiative is to make it structured. So then only we can give a readily available solution. So that is where so we have built the metadata here, and automatically we feed in the data from the FIRs and we build the database. Okay. So any info para is given, it immediately annotates or highlights like this and comes up with the information. Then we have also done deployed for Coimbatore police bus stand, like searching a person, missing person, no, by the color. So pick the missing person by a shirt color. So there might be lakhs and lakhs of people are walking around, and there are more than 250 cameras placed all over. Okay, so if you start searching a person, it will take hours to search from each and every camera feed. Okay, but what we have done, our solutions are like if we give what is the parameter of a missing person? A person, a girl of age 12 years, wearing a frock, red color frock. Immediately it will annotate and come up with identifying the person who is wearing of so and so height. Immediately it will fetch and bring out. So here we are reducing the time, bringing the efficiency and optimization. So these are all the use of AI. Okay. Next is we have also developed face recognition system, which actually it is coming up. It will this particular face, once it is come first time, it will be in our database. Next time onwards, if you try to search that particular face, it will immediately annotate and convey you that he is the same person. Then we have also, this is in pipeline, but we have planned for developing a smart agriculture. Why I wanted to put this in our slide is the need of the hour, various applications I conveyed earlier, where and all, in which and all domain. So in real, this is required using AI applications. So from academic background, you guys can work on these areas. Like you can, basically we require to be farmer-centric approach. So here there should be an orchestration between financial institutions, departments, agro-business and government. But each is working in silo. Okay, so a smart app is required which can reach the unreached. So government has to identify the right beneficiaries, tracking the effectiveness of the schemes which it has provided. And departments, they have the tools to manage and track the progress of the interactions. And agro-business, yes, better access to agro-business provides to reach the farmers based on their profile. And financial institutions helps to achieve the targets through linkage of all proposed stakeholders. So there is a better access to information services, market links, and finance. So how we are doing it? We are using the various things to build the repository. This is called resource repository, where soil, water testing agency, agro inputs, agricultural officers all come in. Then farmers, the different model farms are there, skill development, then drones are being used. Okay. So in fact, you can, this app will create like giving awards and rewards to the, and also build knowledge to the farmers. And it also gives the statistics and data analytics on top of the, because all the data is coming to our repository. So we are able to have a controlled agriculture, okay, where we can increase the yield. We have developed a knowledge management system. It is not new, but of course I wanted to add that. So it is a one-stop solution for office automation. It provides a repository for documents with options to create and manage and track documents. So there is a paperless office, ensuring paperless office, then automatic OCR, it is inbuilt in that. So for processing the Indian languages, then it uploads documents for multiple sources. Here, if you see the logo, you can see that mail, because it is connected with the mail also. So it's a one-stop solution. And if you see an office culture, right from the lower to the top level, there is a workflow. I am approving a file, the file goes to a higher level, and again it is returning back. So the entire documentation is taken care here, or any scanning, everything is done in this software. It also provides to the granular level file permissions and efficient access rights. Okay. So here, if you can see, I'm just typing a word, house building. It is able to search and bring it out. And this screenshot it is nothing but a scanned document. EDF document is different and a scanned PDF is different. So whenever a scanned PDF, you cannot search a particular word. But this is specialized to do that part also. Like it will identify a handwritten letter which is being scanned. In that, if you try to search for a particular date or any word, it will immediately identify and give it to you. So these are just a screenshot from that knowledge management system which I have provided. The preview of file review and all those stuff. This other part is one project we did for Bharat Dynamics Limited. Actually, it was for a road show in which Prime Minister visited. So we did for this missiles applying artificial intelligence and data analytics from the quality control department. So actually, quality control department is handling that part to pass a particular missile. So they have some missiles to be tested and all. That is all strategic. So this is one of in our roadshow. He is our senior director. So just wanted to convey this, and we have other applications like RNA. It is a spatial decision support system. It is purely developed on open source QGIS, Python, and PyQt. It includes different aspects of forest management. Basically, what are the modules available is like tree carbon calculator, village development planning, forest working plan, habitat suitability modeling, that is to improve the wildlife and biodiversity. So actually it was a winner of Northeast India Award. Then we have machine assisted translation tool. Okay, like it has been deployed in Rajya Sabha mantra, which has various languages. Okay, machine translated translation system, machine assisted translation system. So we have different variants in that. Mantra Rajya Sabha, mantra Rajbhasha, Kantasht Rajbhasha, Anuvadash, phase 1, phase 2. Then Hindi to English machine translation system. Most of the Indian languages we have done machine translation, machine assisted translation. Now foreign languages to Indian languages also. I think I have done from my part. I just try to give a overall gist of what AI application